All right, so what's up? What's up? Today I want to talk to you about something that I found really interesting in an article that I read last week. I want to share it with you because I think it's important to you and me as business owners to understand how this thing plays out. When we think we're doing something and it causes you to sacrifice who you are, it causes you to sacrifice your integrity, sacrifice your character, take a shortcut that may come with a lot of money attached to it, what you have to ask yourself, is it worth it in the long run? Is it really worth it? And to me, if it causes me to sacrifice my character, sacrifice who I am, and hurt someone else in the long run, hurt someone else's family, I'm not with that. I don't want to be a part of that, right? Regardless of how much money comes attached to it. So here's what happened. A trucking company out of Salt Lake City, Utah, I think, they had a company called SLTG, Salt Lake Trucking Group. And Salt Lake Trucking Group had a contract with the giant FedEx. And it sounded like this contract, they were moving trailers back and forth between facilities. And I guess it started getting good, but it wasn't quite good enough. And SLTG's leadership, their company managers, saw a way to take a shortcut. And what they said was, according to the article, how they laid it out in court, it sounded as if SLTG set up shell companies. And these companies were under their control and are probably under their ownership. And they were misrepresenting themselves, acting as if these companies did not belong to them, like they weren't under their ownership. So they were working under SLTG's contract with FedEx. So SLTG was getting compensation for all of those loads were moving because those companies actually belonged to them. So that, of course, increased the revenue that they were earning on that contract. They had like a monopoly on the contract, it sounds. So over a 10-year period, according to the article, SLTG deceived FedEx out of over $100 million. I think the sum was $108 million that they quoted in the article. Now, not only that, they also paid for loads. They would, I guess, get in good with the employees at FedEx, and then they would pay those employees to keep quiet about violations that SLTG had on the contract. They would also pay those employees to give them more loads, more movements, because of course that allowed them to make more money. I think the sum was about $320,000 that they had paid in bribes to employees of FedEx, right? So over a 10-year period, this happened. But of course, you know how it goes. Anytime we're doing anything wrong, it's just a matter of time before it all comes out in the wash. So the house of cards eventually collapsed, and SLTG was found out. They was found guilty in court, and now they are awaiting sentencing. I think they're going to be getting sentenced, the two owners, out of $108 million. I think one of the owners got about $7 million, the other got about $4 million, but they are probably going to jail. And I think what you have to ask yourself is it really worth it? Is the money worth your freedom? Is it worth you sacrificing your freedom for X amount of dollars? For me, no amount of money is worth me sacrificing my freedom. None. Let me know what you think about it. Check the article out. You can just put in SLTG found guilty on charges of fraud, and I'm sure it'll come up. But let us know what you think about taking shortcuts. And tell us about how you see this particular situation. Yeah, some people say, hey, it's different. A small company actually got over on a bigger company. Yeah, they did, but for how long? And then having to pay for it in the end, did they really get over? Because if you get caught, to me, you didn't really get over. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Certainly hope this information was helpful. Just let us know what you think in the comments. Until the next time, see you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.